I see people are giving Shakur Stevenson a lot of flack for his performance. And me, you know, when I talk about Shakur and I call Shakur uneventful or not really entertaining, I really mean that. When most people say Shakur is not entertaining, that's coming from a different space. That's coming from a different energy. And we already know what that energy is because we already know how boxing works. So when I say I wasn't entertained, I want that to be taken serious because I'm not one of these haters that want to detract from Shakur Stevenson. I'm not one of these fight fans that just love to discredit black fighters and only talk shit about black fighters. Like, we know all that shit. But when I say the kid ain't entertaining, he's not entertaining. And I know the reason. It's not that he didn't put on a good performance, okay? It's that he didn't put on an entertaining performance. And let me tell you one of the biggest reasons why we all feel like that. And this can be adjusted simply with the way Shakur Stevenson talked. Shakur Stevenson talked too much shit and has too big of a mouth to go out there and put on the fights that he do. Yes, he came forward. Yes, he was swinging with everything that he had and all that other stuff. But Shakur's lack of engagement or lack of wanting to be touched is annoying. You know what I'm saying? Every little inch, he don't want to be there for nothing. That's not entertaining. Especially coming off watching David Benavidez versus David Morale. You know what I'm saying? When they engage, that's the type of shit that we're looking for. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think Shakur will ever be that kind of fighter. If he would just speak in terms of how he fights, the expectation of him being this killer won't be there. But Shakur wants this killer persona. But that's not his fighting style. So his aggressive mouth doesn't match with an aggressive style. And a lot of people are saying it too, that Shakur is not a good finisher. No, Shakur is not a finisher. I will always go back to this, and this will always stick out in my mind. When he was fighting Oscar Valdez, and I watched him look up at that clock and chose to run the last round and drain the clock out instead of engaging, I knew something was up with him right then and there. Okay? Shakur is just he want to be too perfect in a fight. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying getting hit on purpose. If you can avoid getting hit, then fine. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you talk like you gonna go in there and dog walk somebody, completely dominate, overpower them and stuff like that. And people be looking for that. And when you get up there and you super technical and he take an inch forward and you take 2 inches back and he flinch, you move out the way. You know what I'm saying? I love the evasiveness. I love he has a good sense of range. You know what I'm saying? He knows how to get in and out of close quarters. You know what I'm saying? All that shit is cool, fine, and dandy. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you're not putting these guys away. It's not devastating. And most importantly, that's a guy you wasn't supposed to go. Would he go 9 rounds or something? You wasn't supposed to go 9 rounds with him. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people are looking at that performance on, oh man, he can't fuck with Tank and all this other stuff and this, that, and the third. Let me tell y'all something. You don't need necessarily power to beat Tank. Quit thinking somebody got to match Tank power to beat Tank. You don't. Okay? Because Shakur can touch Tank up all the rounds. This is what y'all understand about Tank. Tank is talented, yes. Tank is 5'5" with the shortest arms that I can see in the game. Okay? It's not going to be easy for him to touch a Shakur. So even though you might not like that performance, that doesn't mean Gervonta beating him is guaranteed. Because as evasive as Shakur is, you could almost guarantee he'll outpoint him. And this is the thing. You may want to see Shakur versus Gervonta Tank Davis. But what you're not thinking is, it might, because of Shakur's style it might be a very uneventful fight. And I guarantee it's not the fight that you want to see. The way he's going to fight is not the fight that you want to see. This is something that you're just going to have to accept about Shakur. But it's going to be hard for you to accept it with the way that he talks. Like I said, I'm not knocking up performance. It just wasn't entertaining. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I seen that he was throwing his little heart out. Them punches look soft as shit. And this is something that I'll end it with. A lot of people think, well, Shakur just needs that power and stuff like that. No, Shakur needs something more than that. Okay? Because let's say if Shakur did gain power, do you know that he would mess his hands up more? Okay? Because with a lot of people, their body can't handle, their structure cannot handle the power that their body generates. So therefore, they start hurting their hands and stuff like that. This is the same problem that Deontay Wilder got. And what is the main reason for this? A lack of strength and conditioning. I'm going to say that again. A lack of strength and conditioning. You have to build a solid foundation and a solid frame. Okay, so your body can withstand the power that it generates. If he's hurting his hand now with the limited amount of power that he has, if he was ever to get into this space where his power increased, he would hurt his hands more because structurally he is not strong. It's like some Derrick Rose shit. Structurally, he is not strong. So that's why when it comes to preparing for these fights, besides boxing, Tank needs to build up his frame. Not Tank. Shakur needs to build up his fucking frame. Okay? Shakur just needs basic overall more strength. And I'm just not talking about in boxing. I'm talking about overall. He just needs more strength. He needs a more durable body. You know what I'm saying? He needs his bones to be stronger. And he needs to be able to handle the power that he can generate. You're only going to do that with strength and conditioning, training. Lifting weights draws calcium into the bones. This is why they have old people lift weights. Okay? It fortifies your body. Now, I don't know if it's too much boxing training and not enough foundational training. If you do, that shit will show the fuck up. So even if he gained power, he's still gonna hurt his hand because structurally he's weak. It's just the truth. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me. And Shakur's getting to the point now. Shakur needs a challenge, man. He needs something that's really going to test him. He keep fighting these soft guys. It's not good for him. Unless he want to end up on a Jerron Boots Ennis tip. By the time you get there, you're so out of league because you've been fighting the wrong type of people. When you get up in the higher upper echelons of competition, you're going to drown. Same thing with Deontay Wilder. Yeah, people loved him fighting all of nobodies. Until it got to the point where you can no longer fight nobody, you got to fight somebody. Now he's a victim to everybody, which pushed him into retirement. And all Deontay had to do was work on his craft. It's not like he had to gain a whole lot of skill, you know what I'm saying, to improve himself. Just a little bit here and there, you know what I'm saying? Because you got this far with just one punch. Imagine if we add 2 or 3 more things to you. But, yeah, man, that's my thoughts on Shakur, man. I'm not saying being hard on him. I'm not saying to be hard on him. I'm not saying not to be hard on him. What I'm saying is he will never be the fighter that you expect him to be because of the way he talks. You expected some Mike Tyson shit, and he just don't deliver that. You know what I'm saying? So Shakur need to find a different way to describe himself. And maybe do a little bit less talking and stop getting on the internet. You know what I'm saying? Because as of this point, your talking game is more aggressive and tougher than his fight game. But that's just my opinion. Tell me yours. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm out.